Okay, today we are going to look at green sort 34. Okay, so this is one of those groups of words that all end in the same sound, and the sound is n, sort of like a n sound. So I'll give you a few examples of words that we're going to be looking at. Broken, broken, mountain, that's how you spell mountain, mountain, cousin, cousin, so it's maybe not it's sort of in, broken, cousin, mountain, yeah, it's probably more of an in sound than an sound. We're not in New Zealand after all. Broken. What about dragon? Exactly the same sound, isn't it? Broken, mountain, cousin, dragon. We don't say dragon, mountain, cousin, and broken, do we? That would make spelling super easy if we said those words as they sound. But with the way that we say them, they actually sound the same. So that's my little ear. They sound the same, but we spell them differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a word sort, sorting these words into their endings. So we've got 4 different ways to make this n sound. And we're going to see, it's not really much pattern or rule. It's really got to be just you expose yourself to this word. But one thing we will see is sort of a frequency pattern. So a bit like we did the roles in society, like baker, banker, teacher, dancer. We noticed that even though there was a few different ways to say the sound, ER was the most common. So we might see something similar in this pattern that where we see one of these endings is more common or not. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's do a word sort. Get a little flex off the board. Okay, so we've got N, we have on, we have ein. This is sort of how they look like they would sound. And audible. But all of these words sound like in. All of them sound the same. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. We've already looked at broken, broken, and 11. 11. Okay, could be 11. Well, hopefully you know that just looks wrong. 11. Or what about this? 11. That doesn't look as bad, but we know that it's actually 11. Now I've picked a word that hopefully by sight, because you've seen that word a lot of times, you just know they're wrong. So you really want to get to the point with every single word on the list where you just know out of these 4 endings, 3 of them are wrong and 1 of them just fits. So we've got 11 in that column here. So let's look at a couple from here. We did the word dragon, so I'll put that one in, dragon. And we've got cotton, cotton, again, that sound could be cotton, couldn't it? That doesn't actually look too wrong. I bet some of you have made that spelling mistake in the past. Or even you might want to put cotton here. Cotton. Probably cotton doesn't look right, so you probably wouldn't want to write that, but you might want to write, rubbing it off before it's dry, rookie mistake. You might want to write cotton or cotton, but it isn't, it's cotton. And one thing that might help you with the word cotton in particular is just remember this O sort of mirrors. It's got the 2 T's, you've got the 2 O's, you've got this quite nice symmetrical word, cotton. Cotton. Gallon, that's actually not a measurement we use for liquids very commonly here. In America, they use gallon a lot. I think gallon is a litre, 2 litres, I don't know. No, maybe 4 litres for a gallon, I don't know. Anyway, that's a little bit of homework. You can look up how much volume is in a gallon and come and tell me. Okay, so gallon. And we'll do one more. Ribbon. Okay, so we're seeing these n words with the O-N. Let's do some ain words. This is probably, as you're guessing, one of the less common ways to spell the n sound at the end. So we've got mountain. We've got captain. We've got bargain. See, some of these words, you really have to expose yourself, because I think it would be pretty easy to write the word bargain. I got a real bargain at the shops, but it's not. That's the wrong spelling. It's bargain. So maybe when you write some of these words, I used to do this when I was learning how to spell when I was younger. Sometimes I would force myself to say it how it's written, just in my brain to help me remember. So I'd say mountain, captain, bargain, fountain. Might not work for you, but sometimes it's helpful if there's a particular word pattern that you know how to spell, but the word doesn't sound like it's using it. Curtain. Okay, so there are 5 ain words. So really make an effort to learn those 5 words this week. Make sure you know which words are using that A-I-N sound. Okay, so we're not going to come back to that one. That's our 5 words complete for that row. Okay, cousin. Hopefully you all have a nice cousin in the mix of your family. Cabin, like a holiday cabin. Napkin, whoop, doesn't start with a P. Brain was jumping ahead there. Napkin. Penguin. Penguin. So it's kind of the g sound and then the in. Penguin. So that's a bit of a weirdy one, that one. Okay, so broken, cousin, cotton, bargain. Can you hear that they sound the same? So we really have to learn which ones fit where. So I think there's one more in the, muffin. Muffin in the tin. Penguin, napkin, cabin, cousin. So sort of artificially emphasize the sound of those endings as you're practicing your spelling. That will help you remember how to spell them. So as you're writing the word cousin, go cousin, cabin, napkin. Get the idea? Mountain, captain. So it will just help you remember. Cotton, ribbon, gallon. Because obviously when you're speaking, you're not going to say, oh, I have a ribbon in my hair. But as you're practicing your spelling, it's just really sort of a way that your brain is helping to remember which spelling pattern is used to make that same sound. Okay, so we've done all our in words, all our ain words. I think we've got a couple more in this category. We've got prison. Don't break the law, or you might go to prison. Prison. Bacon. Put bacon on your breakfast, bacon on your toast, bacon. Okay, and then we'll go to N. Finish off our N words. We've got hidden, hide in the den, hidden. Heaven, chosen. See, I'm stolen, stole, chose. Those two actually have a base word, so that's kind of easy. Mitten. Okay, I reckon that word would be pretty easy to go mitten or mitten. So you have to just repeat it in your brain. Mitten. And then you'll remember it. Okay, we have one oddball. Mission. So it's making that N sound. But really that S-I-O-N is actually its own spelling pattern. S-I-O-N says shin, like mission, fission. I'm trying to think of one single other word that you might know that starts with S-I-O-N, but anyway, that's a spelling pattern. I've just had a brain blank. You might be able to think of lots of shun words, but we'll put that in the oddball because it doesn't fit the 4 spelling patterns we're looking at for this week. But that's your word sort, so have fun practicing these words and getting your in endings correct. Okay, bye.